Hello everyone, and welcome to a Space Engineers YouTube video. Today we are going to be talking about custom turrets and new features with the old turrets and new turrets, or new features of the one block turrets. So I'll show off these turrets and how to make a turret. So, the first thing I want to get out of the way is every YouTuber that I've seen, Splitsy, Garage Gaming, Last Stand Gamers, there's probably a couple others I have listed, say you need a camera for a turret to work. This is false. I'm probably going to get yelled at by maybe some of these or others YouTubers or experienced gamers saying, yes, you do. Well, this is false. And I am going to show this off with this. There is no camera on this turret at all. Autocannon, 4 assault cannons, and 4 machine guns, or Gatling guns from the update. No camera on it at all. So if I go into this helm, and if I press 1, I should go to a camera if there's a camera. There is no camera, I'm controlling the turret. It works just fine. I can shoot, I can aim, I can still do a lot. The AI will even work. Let me just put it in a position where, well, before I show the AI works. We'll just leave it at that. You will know it works manually. The AI should work. There's no reason why it hasn't. I've tested it. I will come back and show all the gun shooting later. Okay, we have this, which is using 2 rotors. On a thing. Now, this is, everyone prefers, including me, to use a hinge. Just hinges rock. I'm going to control, for some reason the camera's not working on this. And hinges rock. Allows you to act like a normal thing. And always put your hinge on top. Your elevation always on top. Never put elevation on the bottom. Like a hinge on the bottom, because instead of just elevating the gun, you will move the entire thing. You move the entire thing, changing the position and everything. You won't be able to track your target. This is the main, and this is the main one. I'm pretty sure everyone's asking about ball turrets. Everyone's, how do you do ball turret? Because everyone's like, I've added a small head, it doesn't work. And if it does work, it looks pretty ugly. I can't get it to look like this. Neat and inside. We will show how to work this. We have 2 demonstrations we'll be doing. And we all saw this in the introduction. Works just normal. And I have done all of these turrets wrong. I will show that late in a bit. Now, things we need for a turret. We need a rotor. So we'll get the rotor. A hinge. A custom turret. Need some sort of control C. I'm going to use a helm for this. Some sort of piping for survival. So, conveyor. which small conveyor and or some sort of weapon, static weapons only, and I'm forgetting something. Well, we will do a camera as well. And I believe that is everything. So, get an advanced rotor for piping reasons. And make sure 0, you know where 0 is. 0 is going to be the front of the gun. Now, with rotors, you want this tick at the back because the tick is the front of the rotor. I think. Doesn't matter, you want it at the back so your mouse works properly. No matter what, this is going to be your standard gun. We'll do the ball turret over there in a bit. This is how you set it up, a finger. Then we'll put down a helmet. Oh yeah, and don't forget the magical block. This is your magical block. Now, we're going to here, oops, and then we'll get that hinge. Once that hinge is selected, we'll go add small head. You shouldn't have to do anything after add small head, in this case. Then you get a weapon to put on. Doesn't matter, in my case, I can put on 6 Gatling guns for this, and probably, for example, purposes, I'll put into assault cannon. Wait, could I put 2 auto cannons? Come on, 2 auto cannons and a camera. The optional thing. It's gonna look very crowded. Now, your turret is all done. That's all you have to do for building. For this basic thing. Just put a bunch of stuff on, maybe a bit of armor, and then you go in to here. This is not too difficult either. Assign azimuth rotor, so you left, right, or yaw. Should be advanced rotor 5. And then assign your elevation. Doesn't have to be a rotor because we got hinges. And then assign camera, camera. This is obviously optional, but when you put in your camera, say, okay. So if you don't have a camera, it will use the weapons for aiming. When you put in a camera, it will immediately use the camera to aim. Now, if I add tools, I'll put in these Gatling guns, and these are auto cannons, and do add tool weapon. That's all done. I'm gonna biff this up to 800. Turn target missiles on. We'll get into all this stuff later. Now, that should be all done. Oops. And she should be ready to go. So you go into your helm, press G, which will open up this. And then you get your custom turret controller, and you want control. And you get your camera, the view. And I like to do get this with enable AI on. Now this camera allows you to switch, like just in case like you go in, accidentally go out, you can go back in again. And you can aim up, down, left, right, left mouse button. If I just FV, see, this is just basic turret. And obviously I can press number 3 to turn on AI or off, and I can switch in and out of that. So I'm going to turn the AI on and leave. Now, this one's done. Now for the one everyone wants. So the trick... I'm back. Ball turret. So, put an advanced rotor, preferably in the ground like a normal turret. You'd put it in the ground. Well, in here. We're going to do it like this for this example. Make sure it's conveyed if you're in survival. Now, what we want to do is... oh crap, which way is... okay, 0 is this way. And same thing with the hinge and that. So, what we're doing, we're removing the head. I'm going to place this here. And this here. Now, this hinge, we're not adding a small head. We're going to place another hinge and remove its head. And we're going to add a small head on the second hinge. Could probably do this with a rotor, but I reckon it's easier with a hinge. Now there are other ways you could do this. You could get a spaceship. You could get a ship with landing gear, or if you're creative, in space. It's much easier. And we're going to get a line of whatever. So if you're in survival, and well, we don't need that one, I don't think. And then we get a hinge butt, one of the smaller hinge butts. We'll put it here. Then we go to a control panel. Go to the hinge. Wrong hinge. Go to the hinge and add. No, sorry. Don't do that. Attach. If attach doesn't work, well, get rid. Okay. Don't follow that step. But if you did, get rid of it and do one down. And put a hinge there. Try again. Now attach. It is now attached. And now we can safely remove these. Now you have this piece. And add some. So I'm going to do a little example. And actually, let's do it a little different. So get piping for however you're going to do your weapons. Plan in your head. And I'm just going to use these 2 blocks. And then, well, put down your weapons. You can put your weapons as far back as you want. If you want them to be piped, well, yeah, probably that's a good idea. And I'm going to do, for the sake of it, warfare guns. Warfare Gatling guns. All line up. Probably could look better if you put them further back. But for example purposes, I'm going to leave it as this.
You could put any weapon as long as they're static. I think I've said that before. But, yeah. And then place the armor after you've done the piping and the guns. And I recommend trying, well, I don't recommend, I try to keep away from the corners and stuff. Because you don't want to have, last thing you want is to be in a fight shooting and have restricted angles on your gun that you can't turn past, or your thing to clang out. Probably destroying a ship with it. So with the survival thing, I would recommend doing the hinge trick because it is a lot less clangy, I have found, also with thing, than just not gonna make this look super pretty, but it's okay. Yeah, it tends to clang out a bit more. Because if you don't turn off your inertial dampeners, there is a high chance your ship will die to clang. But if you're in atmosphere, that might be a little bit difficult. Because you need it to hold in position, otherwise you can't connect. And if you have your inertial dampeners on, they'll be very difficult to resist clang. Now, camera facing that way. And then, as always, so to the magic block. I mean, why did I do that? Magic block. Now, azimuth rotor. Then, elevation. Oh, this is painful. It'll be purple. Hinge 0. Okay, and alright, and elevation hinge 0. Sign camera. Oh, you got to be kidding me. So you should that one, which camera 0. Then we go back to this camera 0. And all the warfare Gatling guns. And that is done. Now we just need 8. Control. On off. View. Now we can left, right, up. successfully fires. You could imagine having this on a base or on a ship fighting off fighters, which would be pretty cool. Or play control. Now, that's enough of the custom turrets. Well, all turrets really. Now we get into the new feature, apart from targeting and shell drop, bullet drop. So there is a new feature for all people who played Weapon Core. Will notice this entire thing. They have more complex aiming. You can tell them if you hold one, enable idle turret movement, meteors, missiles. Oh, was these? Yeah, I think so. Were these in it? I don't know if these were in the old. But you can tell target meteors on off, missiles on off, small ships, large ships, target characters, as in people, the players, or wolves and spiders, target stations, static grids, target neutrals, or target enemies. And there are some things that have different things. You can tell it to follow the target lock or not. Copy target, forget target, or use conveyor system on off. There is another one where you can tell it to target power systems, propulsion, so power systems, reactors, batteries, hydrogen engines, propulsion, your thrusters, wheels, weapons, default is closest thing, or yeah, pretty much just closest thing.
And this is included for all of these. There is one, but you can do something with the custom turrets and the
searchlight. You can't do it with the other things. I place down the searchlight and go get the searchlight.
If I am correct,
You can turn on target friends. This means it will target, hopefully, should target you or your friend. No, it won't target you. It will target your allies, I believe. Target your friends. Should work. For some reason it's not, but it should. So if you need some light around the base, you just turn that on and it will look at you.
for some reason it's not. And if I am correct, you can do that with...
So the custom turrets have this entire thing too, and you can turn on target friends for if you put lights on, or if you want to do a prank, you can do that with guns. And I don't know if it'll shoot. I haven't tested this, but you can turn custom turrets to target friends. Okay, I'll see you all